Hello! I don't know what part this is. It is on guides, guards, sentinels, spiritual entourage, and ancestral altars. So, getting back into that. This one's on haunted objects. Yeah, if you need help with that, I can dehaunt objects and make them sacred. If they're really bad, I will be honest with you and tell you it's something that it's not worth it. If it's just it can get too far gone. It's weird when that happens, but it happens. And then you want to disconnect from that. It's detaching. Then there's a ceremony to that, and I've been through like some big things with haunted objects. It's not fun. But if it's not too far gone and you want to make something sacred, and then you see great potential in it, has a power of resilience if it's been haunted before or just been seen as a powerful object, and then a bunch of spirits target it and then want to take it over or something, that will happen. Big sacred power objects throughout history have had that happen. Especially depending on if they switch owners and the owner's not doing anything good for it, and the owner's wearing it all the time or something. You're not making it sacred. It's getting, if you're wearing something all the time, you're overloading it. You're giving it too much work. It's not getting any vacation. So you gotta, if you're wanting to wear things that like make you feel better and all these different things like a crystal party, you gotta rotate it out, give it a break, actually communicate with it. It'll give off a different energy when it's overloaded, and you can get sensitive to that. If you don't know how to scale it, figure out like what scale you're working at as a multi-dimensional being, because if you're working at a big scale, you can just like overload a crystal really quickly, and then you got to train it up to get better at working with you so that it lasts longer and it's stronger. It learns from you, you learn from it, and then it can last longer. And then as soon as it's drained of energy down to like 1% of its capacity, you got to switch it out and then have it like a conveyor belt of beings, and then you can have the optimal efficiency of healing and teaching them and them growing with you, because they gain a lot from that. It's like them healing and then them becoming very good healers, even if they didn't start that way. Yeah, so if you want me to dehaunt objects, we can do that. It's not the funnest thing in the world, and I don't really particularly love doing it. And if it's really bad, I will require greater compensation, because I get beat up or have to go toe-to-toe with something or come to peace or whatever, because my fighting is different than other people's fighting. It's not the same. It's peaceful, bringing the war to zero. But I can do that and then bring it to a sacred space or whatever it needed, depending on. And I can also dehaunt houses. You can do that. But yeah, you want to be able to tell if an object's really haunted, and don't want to just bring that into your sacred space, because it can infect and like bring down the whole power of your ancestral altar or crystal collection. And I can tell that as well. If you feel something's off in the room or something, whatever, that's like permeating that space. And then sacred objects, oh my god, they're so good. So good. I'm going to do a different show on that, actually. So more on, yeah. It will, if you're around a haunted object, sometime little signals that will go off of, like, oh, I'm getting little pinpoints all over my skin, touching up on how I feel the environment. And sometimes you'll get a lot of energy drain. You'll feel like tired. If you wake up tired, if you got dark circles under your eyes, there's entities. If you feel things whispering in your mind, negative thoughts and all that, there's entities. This does not necessarily mean haunted objects, but it depends on where you've been and what you bought or where things are coming from. Things can be made with material that's haunted, like melted down metals. You don't know what they were before. And then there's like different kinds of trauma to anchored beings that are in that object, and getting them healed up to where they can do the optimum amount of work and resilience. There is a value in an object that has a high potential in whatever it is and does, and then it somehow gets targeted and it becomes very haunted, and it's dealing with a bunch of drama. And then what it learns to how to sustain itself spiritually, as it rises back up into sacredness and resolves all its drama down to zero, it gains a huge boost in resiliency to where it can be worn a long time, or longer than other things, and be able to hold up a big man's place responsibility. But not if it's in the lower down state of suppression of hauntedness. You have to bring it back up, and I can help people do that. But thank you again. Hope you have a wonderful night, and keep on grooving the spirit. Like, share, subscribe for more content. Thank you again.